The White House car czar is working out. Now the administration is appointing a cyber czar who's going to have broad mandate over the internet. JBL, you say that the free wild west of the internet's now going to turn into a government-controlled toll booth. I mean, this is the one part of our economy that's booming. It's a huge export market for us. It's crazy.
Absolutely nuts. Look, and it's not the Wild West. We're regulated. We have all the security encryption stuff you can have. I run a web store, custommuscle.com. We sell everything from amino acids to multivitamins. And when we buy a product, from an American manufacturer. We warehouse it in a warehouse made by American workers. We have a warehouse manager. We have software. We also have UPS or FedEx that ship this thing. We have 5 different segments in American business that get a cut out of every order that comes through our web store. You put the government involved, someone's going to have to pay for that, and our razor-thin margins and being able to offer best prices goes completely away. It kills jobs. It kills internet commerce.
Good infomercial. It's a great country. Wayne, what do you think about this idea, having a cyber czar out there?
Well, I think it's nuts. I think every time the government gets into anything that has to do with, limiting information to the public, it's terrible. They'll control it and all of that. And I hope to God the ACLU is listening, because I want them to get in there and stop this.
Yeah, we need them on this one, I guess. Jonas, it looks like a good source of revenue, though. I mean, I could just see a tax on internet usage.
Yeah, in fact, cost to government, I don't see it, because a lot of agencies like the SEC make money on fines. Now, in my opinion, the way I heard it from Obama was talking about, this is more like a police force for the internet, which I think we could have used 10 years ago. This is a little late.
For cybersecurity
because,
and the
frankly, there's a lot of business not going to JBL's site, because there are still some people who are scared to do business on the internet because there isn't in their head some sort of government protection like you have with FDIC. I know that sounds like regulation of private industry, but I'm just talking about busting spammers. I know, for example, in my own business, we had 40,000 people in an email newsletter. It was very expensive to acquire. We couldn't send it after a while because of all the spam and all the junk that ruined that business.
But won't the private economy take care of that, Tracy? Eventually, I mean, the internet becomes safer every year.
Agreed, but at the same time, they're going to tax the internet for money. I mean, the sales tax is coming. You buy something from Amazon, you're going to pay sales tax on it. It's going to be a revenue raiser. And look, cyber terrorism is somewhat of a concern. Hopefully the czar gets in on that as well and protects us, because that's probably the next thing we need to worry about.
Come on, Tracy, czar.
You know what? Of all the jobs he's created, all right, find a different title. Find a different title. It's all marketing. I agree with you.
But it's the same thing.
But no,
it's a slippery
car
slope.
czar, drug czar,
where are we on
energy
national
czar?
security?
Jonathan, don't you like police forces? Isn't it like a police force? It's security. It's not regulation and taxes. That's what forces businesses to collect sales taxes.
Jonas makes
this is a dictator just as the car czar was. This is a dictator to impose on the free market their vision of what the world should be. Terry, we don't need a czar. We need freedom. We need property rights. We need economic freedom and the rule of law. That's all we need. And this is just another way in which government's going to get into our bed and ultimately to control our lives.
And we are going in the opposite direction, because the president's saying there would be a broad mandate here for this.
Yeah, well, I think Jonas makes some great points, but I'm going to have to agree with the rest of the people on the panel, because looking at how confused policy has been up until now, it seems to me they're just going to screw this one up as well. It's going to end up costing people, and it's going to gum up the internet.
Yeah, JBL, you agree, right?
Oh, absolutely. Look, the free market already takes care of this. If one person goes on Amazon or my site or any of these other thousands of sites out there and their credit card is compromised, the bad publicity takes care of that security issue right away. Believe me, you don't need a security czar from the government to get into this.
Why aren't you worried about cyber terrorism? Why are we putting this on the back burner?
Yeah, these companies are these people are in crazy countries. Only a federal government can go after somebody in another country. Amazon can't police that themselves.
Well, but the federal government's been doing that since 9/11, and we haven't had any cybersecurity attacks.
We had a lot of recent cyber attacks, actually, where even Obama even said in his speech that his own network was corrupted by cyber attacks during his running for office.
It's the modern terrorists.
That might have been the Republicans.
We haven't had any buildings down, but I think the next wave is through the web.
And by the way, it reminds me of the hurricane. That's going to happen. Remember, with FEMA, they were with FEMA. Well, they're trying to do that in advance.
Okay, well, we'll have the czar on the case so we can all sleep well tonight.